Battlefield 4 is on the scene. After the runaway success of Battlefield 3, it has a lot to live up to. After spending nearly 250 hours into the game, I can safely say that it not only surpasses its predecessor, but stumbles on the way as well. The single-player campaign is pretty short at around 7 hours. You play a Sergeant Wrecker in the US Marine Squad, codenamed Tombstone. As China is in political turmoil and Russia is joining the conflict, it's your job to prevent World War III from happening. The story is pretty shallow, but the Battlefield series has never been known for its stories. Although you understand your purpose, it's hard to get emotionally attached or feel empathy for the characters. The single-player campaign's primary purpose is to showcase what the game is technically capable of. Battlefield 3 showcased large environments and vehicular combat. With Battlefield 4, they shifted focus to graphical complexity, dynamic environments, and team play. With the Frostbite 3 engine, we can see incredible detail in character models, changing weather conditions, and interactive objects on the map. Although the game looks great, you don't get that all-encompassing Battlefield experience. Most of the combat is on foot for the majority of the game. What little sections you do get to use vehicles in, there is no aerial combat, and water-based combat, which is supposed to be a big addition to the series, only lasts for a few minutes. The gameplay gets old quickly. Unfortunately, your squad mates aren't very useful either. They don't engage the enemy when fired upon, and when given specific orders, they aren't very good at their jobs. So you end up being a one-man army with a mobile audience to spectate.
Nice shot, Sergeant!
Lucky for us, Battlefield is known for its multiplayer. 64 players on large maps offer one of the most unique and engaging experiences you'll ever have online. Vehicular combat is also back with the addition of attack boats, which are floating fortresses and a force to be reckoned with. The boat driver gets a main and secondary weapon, there are 2 minigun positions, and a 4th passenger position. If you get a team that works well together, the attack boats can dominate a match. Jets, helicopters, and tanks have also been tweaked so they aren't as overpowered. No longer do you get infinite ammo to reload, and some weapons have been nerfed. It now requires a lot of hits to take someone down. DICE employs a paper-rock-scissors balancing scheme so that no one weapon or vehicle can decide the winner, and it pays off in spades. For every advantage, there is a disadvantage that someone can exploit to balance the game. A prevalent theme in Battlefield 4 is the emphasis on teamwork. Specializations have been replaced by squad perks. When you work with squad mates, you get additional perks like extra ammo, faster sprinting, or take less damage. They have also included in-game voice chat, although it is restricted to only your squad or with the commander. Speaking of which, Commander Mode has also been brought back to the series and offers a real-time strategy element to the game by offering surveillance, supply drops, or cruise missiles. When squads work with the commander, both receive additional perks that will eventually help your team. Even maps have been implemented into the gameplay by offering user-changeable events coined Levolution. Players can now take down skyscrapers to move an objective point, destroy a levee to flood a map, blow holes into the ground to slow down armored vehicles, or take out lights to make room clearing harder for the enemy. Levolution will change the map in a way that forces players to rethink their tactics and strategies, or will give players a temporary advantage. DICE has also included weather events like storms rolling in, which will reduce visibility and make rough seas. Overall, Battlefield 4 brings a lot to the table. The single player is subpar, but the multiplayer is ferocious and engaging. I highly recommend picking up this title if you're into first-person shooters. Like a fine wine, DICE is constantly tweaking the game, and it only gets better with time. I hope you enjoyed this review. Have a good one and take it easy.